Welcome to my 6th t-shirt haul for JCLU Forever. JCLU Forever stands for Jesus Christ Loves You Forever, and they are a Mondo Stellar Christian t-shirt company created by girls who love Jesus for girls who love Jesus. The t-shirts they make are unique in that the design is eye-catching and stylish, and the message on each shirt is biblically based. Definitely check out their website to see the wide variety of shirts and bracelets they have to offer, and become a fan of their Facebook page, which is updated regularly and has an ever-growing community of people who love encouraging one another in Jesus' name. The t-shirt that I'm wearing is their Daddy's Girl t-shirt, and I don't know if you can see it, but at the very top it says Daughter of the Most High, and then it has a crown on it with a cross in the center, and then at the bottom it says Daddy's Girl with JCLU Forever on the side. This shirt means a lot to me because I can definitely relate to the message. Growing up, I didn't have an earthly father who was there for me. My mom got married really young to a guy who lived his teenage years drinking, doing drugs, and sleeping around. He then committed his life to Christ and made a complete turnaround, and he ended up leading tons of people to Jesus. My grandpa told my mom to wait a year to get married, just to be sure of the sincerity of this guy's changed life. However, my mom was young and in love and decided to proceed with the marriage. Exactly a year later, my mom was waiting for my dad to pick her up from her job, and he was hours late. And my mom just knew without a doubt that he slipped back into his old ways. And he did. And no matter how hard he tried, he just couldn't seem to get back with God. He went back to drinking, doing drugs, and committing adultery, and my mom stayed in that marriage for almost 20 years because she grew up in a church that said that if you got divorced, you were going to hell. I'll spare you the details of what my father was like. In fact, I don't even know all the stories because I was too young to remember everything. However, it got to the point where my mom feared for the safety of my brother, my sister, and myself, and so she left. I was only an infant at this time when we went to go live with my grandparents. My entire life, my dad did not pay child support. He even quit his job so he wouldn't have to. And my mom had to support 3 kids, go to school, and work all on her own. I have so much respect for her because of this. When I was 8, my mom got remarried, and this was around the time whenever I started getting really made fun of in school, which I talk about in greater detail in a video, which I will put right here. Because I lived the first half of my life with only one parent, I had some difficulty sharing my mom with my stepdad, and that definitely led to some upset, which I am truly sorry about. My mom and my stepdad got divorced when I was 17, and once again, I was without an earthly father. This second divorce caused me to get right with God. And even though I don't have an earthly father who loves me, I have an amazing heavenly father who loves me more than I can even begin to fathom. This t-shirt doesn't have any Bible verses on it like most of JCLU Forever's other t-shirts, so I decided to look some Bible verses up myself that had to do with fathers. One of the verses that really stood out to me was from Psalm 68 verse 5, which said that God is a father to the fatherless. Now this verse isn't to say that God is only a father to those of us who don't have an earthly father. This verse simply says that God is a father to all, whether you have an earthly father or not. Another couple of verses that really stand out to me are from Romans 8:14 through 17a, which talk about adoption. These verses say, "For all who are led by the Spirit of God are children of God. So you have not received a spirit that makes you fearful slaves. Instead, you received God's Spirit when He adopted you as His own children. Now we call Him Abba, Father. For His Spirit joins with our spirit to affirm that we are God's children. And since we are His children, we are heirs of God's glory." This verse means a ton to me because I always wanted to be adopted by my stepdad. I didn't personally know my real dad, and all the memories I had about him were stories that I heard from other family members. My stepdad was the only father I ever knew, and although I wasn't incredibly close to him, I wanted to have his last name instead of my biological dad's. I was never adopted by my stepdad, though after the divorce, I changed my last name to match his. But this verse about adoption is incredibly reassuring because I can know without a doubt that I have a Father in heaven who loves me and cares for me. But what about those who actually have earthly fathers? Do these verses mean that we should neglect them and focus all of our attention on our Heavenly Father? No way. In Exodus 20:12, one of the 10 Commandments says that we should honor our father and mother, and then we will live a long, full life. And to cross-reference that, in Matthew 15 verse 4, Jesus says that some people say, "Is it alright to say to their parents, 'Sorry, I can't help you, for I have vowed to give to God what I would have given to you'?" Jesus calls them hypocrites because they honor God with their lips, but in their hearts they're far from God. And as Ephesians 6:1 through 3 says, honoring your father and mother is the first commandment with a promise. When we obey this commandment, things will go well for us, and we will live a long and full life on this earth. So, My challenge to you in this video is a two-part challenge. Part 1 is for those of you who have an earthly father. If you have an earthly father, tell him how much he means to you and how much you appreciate him. It will really, really mean a lot. Part 2 is for all of us, and it comes from Max Lucado's Bible study on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John and Jude. I've been working on this book with my boyfriend, and on page 46, it says, "How do I live in God's presence? How do I detect his unseen hand on my shoulder and his inaudible voice in my ear?" Here are a few ideas. Give God your waking thoughts. Before you face the day, face the Father. Before you step out of bed, step into his presence. I have a friend who makes it a habit to roll out of bed onto his knees and begin his day in prayer. Personally, I don't get that far. With my head still on the pillow and my eyes still closed, I offer God the first seconds of my day. The prayer is not lengthy and far from formal. Depending on how much sleep I got, it may not even be intelligible. Often, it's nothing more than, "Thank you for a night's rest. I belong to you today." So, my challenge to you all is to put God first. And the easiest way to do this is to start each day out with a prayer. So, before you get out of bed each morning, take a couple minutes to thank God for everything he's given you and ask him to guide you throughout your day. I challenge you all to do this every single day until I make my next t-shirt haul. In my last video, I had a giveaway to win this JCLU Forever Love Jesus wristband, and the winner of this giveaway is... So, congratulations! Send me a message with your address and I will get this bracelet sent out to you right away. I'm having another giveaway for this video, and you can win this other JCLU Forever bracelet. This bracelet is different from this one, and that the font is different and it only says JCLU Forever. So it's a great conversation starter because people will see it and they'll say, "What does JCLU Forever stand for?" And you can say, "Oh, hey, it stands for Jesus Christ Loves You Forever." You should definitely check out their website and their Facebook page. So it's definitely a great witnessing opportunity. To enter this giveaway, I'm asking for spam. Okay, no, not the food, which is too bad because I really like spam. But actually, I'm just asking for tons and tons and tons of comments on this video, okay? Please place all your spamming comments on this video only. Please don't place a bunch of spam comments on the link that JCLU Forever posts on their Facebook page because I don't want them to get a bunch of notifications of, messages that are just spam. And each comment you post must say something different. Please don't say, the same thing 50 times in a row. You can change it up, and also be sure to keep all of your comments appropriate. So yeah, spam me. I'm asking for tons and tons and tons of comments. I want to see how many comments I can get on this video. So it's up to you guys to do that. Have fun at it. So I will choose a winner for this giveaway based on who sends me the most comments. So the winners will be announced in my next t-shirt haul. Speaking of my next t-shirt haul, normally I make videos for JCLU Forever every 2 weeks. However, I'm approaching the last month of my first semester of my junior year in college. So I am incredibly busy with stuff to do this semester. So in 2 weeks, I will not be posting a t-shirt haul. However, I will definitely have a video for you guys. So definitely come back in 2 weeks for a different kind of video, and come back in 4 weeks where I will hopefully have a t-shirt haul for you guys. So on that note, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for all the spam in advance, and I will see you all in 2 weeks. All right, ciao.